My name is Michael Holyk. I am an assistant golf professional up at Redlands Country Club.
I first met Mike at the birthday party for the head pro at Redlands Country Club. We were just having a general conversation with he and his wife, Donnell.
He had sparked a conversation about church and where we had attended, my wife and I.
Donnell said they went to Trinity, our church. And I could tell that Donnell was probably the more enthusiastic of the two when it came to church.
I mostly followed my wife there, and she was the reason that I was there, and not myself initiating anything by any means.
Several weeks we happened to run into him at Trinity now and then, now that I could put a face with a name.
Eventually they invited us to a Bible study at their house, a couples Bible study.
We took the opportunity to call Mike and ask him if he wanted to come to our Bible study.
When John first asked me to attend a couples Bible study, my gut reaction is, you know what, no, I got to do something else. But, when I mentioned it to my wife, she got super excited about it.
But you could see in Mike that gradually something was stirring up in him, and that he was asking more pointed questions, and sort of, I think, realizing that this is a step he needed to take in his life.
Well, we went home that night and we sat down on the couch, and I think she gave me a subtle hint or asked me a quick question about the Bible study, or what I thought of it. And I kind of looked at her and said, you know what, I'd really like to do that. I don't know that I could do it in a group of people, but with just her there, it made it easier to shed a few tears and to actually pray for the Lord to be in my heart.
Mike announced that he had taken the step of faith, asked Jesus into his heart, the previous week's Bible study night with his wife Donnell. Needless to say, we were overjoyed by that announcement that he made. And I think that was what it was important, that he was willing to make a public announcement of what he'd felt more comfortable doing in private with his wife.
Well, now we start praying a lot more, and we as a family can progress and see where the Lord wants us.
It's just been amazing over the course of 3 or 4 years where Mike has come in his walk with the Lord.
Well, tying the whole Bible study and coming to Christ and bringing it all into one brings up the point that if John had never been called, and he hadn't even really been called because he didn't realize he was being called, but if he hadn't initiated the conversation that we had that night at the birthday party, who knows where I would be. And this is the cool thing about the Lord. He definitely walks people through their lives, and as long as you're paying attention, you don't have to be staring at the Lord in order to hear him, but as long as you're paying attention, you will find your path.
What I've learned is that it's important to be bold. You need to ask a question. And a question that's always easy to ask is, do you go to church? Where do you go to church? And sometimes that will be enough to just allow a conversation to develop.
Don't be afraid to go up to somebody and just make the conversation, because I think if you get over that initially, then it opens up for greater things later.